They went greeny.
Yeah, it's always one.
Hello.
Hello, can everyone hear me?
Yep.
No.
That's good, because I take it Steam Chat's come down for an awful lot of people, right? Yeah. Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah.
Right, it's 7 o'clock. Welcome everyone to Wednesday night training. No messages from Gambler as at the moment. Anything from Talon?
Nothing from me.
And anything from Vegas?
No announcements.
Awesome. Right. So, with a little bit, or just expanding on what we did last week. Vegas, what are you guys doing tonight?
I'm not sure what the core team's doing. Just let the team get into grips with some of the ballistic computer stuff for when the ace changes potentially come in.
Awesome. Right. Okay, you're all dismissed. Gambler, if you could go over by the medical truck, I will just catch you in about 2 minutes. Just quickly do your radio checks, that sort of thing.
Cheers.
Just like that, mate.
Our northeast.
Serplin's having internet issues, but he's trying to.
You're northeast, copy.
Zeppelin?
Can you hear me right?
Oh,
Don't get,
Yeah,
don't,
Zeppelin.
don't get too
Radio
excited.
section 4.
He's not coming back.
I haven't sorted my radios out yet.
If I
Because
told
I'm
him
having
he
an
should
issue
get
with
I said a real
Acre,
job.
so
He has
that's
a real
why I'm
job.
asking.
That's the issue.
Damn, do you
So
look
he's
by
got to get a fuck you job
Yes.
raking in loads of money at
Sounds
Sounds
awesome.
good
I would actually
Then he can
Yeah.
play again.
I just,
Fucking
trust
me, once I
Oh.
do
Listen,
the
Go,
desktop,
go, go,
I have
go,
a
go,
feeling
go,
that
go,
You know how the
summertime
delete
with
key and the end
What?
key are really
Like,
close
I
to
will
each
get
other?
my-
and I measured up
Yes,
to
sir.
115 degrees.
Right, so you're going to
I
have
don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know if
yeah,
you're.
yeah.
I don't know if you're familiar with
Yeah,
the
yeah.
At the moment,
115
it's just me
is
and HM.
shit.
So
You picture the back of it.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yes, I see it.
Been here like what, 2 days?
And then...
One on your guys.
Bed, man.
Slay,
you radio check? 3
Ethan,
plus
we-
3
No, not hearing it. Slay, just hold the guys, get a radio check going, please.
Oh, yeah, I do.
Kim wanted to get on the right channel.
No, the radio check 3 plus 4 channel, please.
Lima.
So it's like this here.
Very Lima.
Så att då läser det sett
Lima.
iste.
And we're all Limas.
Yeah.
Okay, let's line up nicely.
No, you're gonna cook for me.
Are we doing
That sounds Swedish.
Red team tonight. If you run over to the arsenal quick and grab one for 8.
let's put you down.
That's basically just me.
Think
And I'm used.
as well.
What am I grabbing?
Oh, you're red.
Red.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh,
Red team.
Yeah.
Right, so... Last two things. Come on, Latoshi.
Thought someone mentioned an arsenal.
Okay.
What?
Now you have my full attention.
Nothing.
Slay.
Are you finished, Widget?
Yes.
Excellent.
Finished doing what?
We were both munching away.
Oh, okay.
Widget will sharing his chocolate with me.
Alright, there's a teleporter pole.
Can never have too much chocolate.
Teleporter pole.
Let's do it.
You're on your own, Dave.
You wanna select the colors, actually? Kind of alone here.
Come on, move those legs, come on, this.
I was checking my gun, making it safe and all.
But that wasn't intentional, is it?
Right, gather around here. Right, so, was everyone here last week or understood what we did here last week?
Not me.
I wasn't.
Not you.
Was not
Right.
present.
Okay, so, for those of you who weren't here, we did convoys, and we did convoys in a slightly different way. So, convoys are split into a couple of elements. Going from forward to back, does anyone want to name the elements of that convoy? So, front two vehicles are... No? Anyone?
Lead convoy?
Lead vehicles.
Lead vehicles, lead security.
Lead vehicle. So,
Yeah, that sort of thing. So mainly lead security. So the two vehicles at the front travel a little bit ahead of the convoy. They are, in short, the toe you dip in the water. They're the sort of things that are there to spot any threats, warn the rest of the convoy. Because Arrow have done it so much, Arrow will not be these two this week. Vehicle behind that, third vehicle, which one is it? What is
Command.
it for? Command vehicle. That's where I sit and Stab sits, and we all look very pretty. The convoy is effectively controlled from there. So, security vehicles spot and relay back. Command vehicle decides what to do. Two vehicles behind that, what are they?
Central security.
Central security, yes, thank you, Amusable. So central security, in particular, front central security. So they're, in this particular convoy, they are in charge of the security for that vehicle there. They do look left and right, as usual in a convoy, but in particular, their number one task, apart from defending the whole of the convoy, is defending that vehicle there. 1 second.
Central security.
Right. Middle vehicles, as you can see, these are the important vehicles. They're the ones that we're here to defend. In this particular one, we've got a transport truck, a cargo truck, and can anyone name this vehicle here? This mine?
Panama.
Panama, yes, mine detector. Right, moving on. Two vehicles behind with the Humvees, what are they?
Rear body security.
Yep, there we go, rear body security. Got two vehicles there. They're responsible for this vehicle here, and kind of this vehicle here, but we're going to change that in a second. And then the two at the back, what are they?
Blocking elements.
Blocking elements and rear security, yes. So, for those of you who didn't know last week, when it comes to blocking a road, what their job is that they, while the rest of the convoy is ambling along, those guys change it down a gear, push the vehicle as hard as they possibly can, speed past the rest of the convoy, and put themselves between the convoy and any possible danger. So, unlike last week, where Stab put some really nice markers out, we had a route planned in advance. This week, we're going to have a little bit more input from squad leads as to what that route's going to be. We're still going to keep on the MSR, but this time we're just going to go there and back. So, this time we're going to go all the way up to Sophia. I think Blade might have already done this route, but I quite like it, so I want us to keep doing it. So, route up to Sophia. As you can tell, we're going from the RG training area, just this little fuel dump here. Anyone want to give a go at what sort of grid square we're in at the moment?
Come again, please.
What grid square are we in at the moment?
We're at
175, 153.
On the way around, but yeah.
Yeah.
Other way around, yeah. 153, 175. So.
Keep at 4.
Yeah. So, we're starting off from there. First turning we've got that lovely right turn there. continuing on, next time that there's a possible course change will be here, which would be 180177. Then when we get into Ridopoly, there, rather than make a turn as we did last time, we're just going to continue on past that intersection and continue on towards Paros. Then we take a left turn at 195165. Swing round to the left just short of Paros at 207166, and then through Paros we've got things going on there, so we take a turn inside Paros to the left at 209168, and then the rest of the road, effectively, although it's not perfectly straight, we do continue on it as if in a straight fashion, with the various different blocking points and stopping points as we continue along. How many high threat areas would you reckon that we go through on the way to there, just as a guess?
5, 6.
A little low. You're probably looking at somewhere in the region of, yeah, we're certainly looking at least 20. Everything from all of, well, unless you count all of Paros as one, the hills short of Paros as a second, that sort of thing. And there's just a number of different ways that we can take fire. So, a couple of things that Stab didn't go over last week that I just want to go through. So there are a number of different ways that we can be ambushed, or we can take fire, or we can be stopped. So firstly is the way that we took fire last week. Small arms fire, doesn't stop any vehicles. I wouldn't say harmless, but it has the power to kill us, but not necessarily kill the vehicles unless they concentrate really hard on the tyres. Second way of doing it is indirect fire. So, anyone just... I know I don't have to remind you what indirect fire is, but for humouring me, can someone name a source of indirect fire?
Mortars.
Mortars, yes. 3-0's favourite toy. So, in the case of taking indirect fire, there are a couple of things that we can do. But the main thing is that we need to get out of that indirect fire as quick as bloody possible. So, by that, we need to change direction very quickly, or alternatively, we need to just speed as fast as we possibly can. At that point, the order will probably be passed on from command to accelerate or to take a different route, and at all times we have to make sure that we're passing out the information we're hearing. You'll probably have to give some sort of boat directions as to where the indirect fire is landing, and that sort of thing. So, that's the second one. Third one is what I would call stopping fire. So it's what you guys would consider to be a proper ambush. So that is where they stop the convoy. We haven't really had to deal with that last week, apart from the occasional civilian vehicle. But if they stop the convoy, number one thing is to make sure that you are not inside what's known as the kill box. Everyone done ambushes before? Or know what ambushes are, or relatively how they work?
You have a left cut off, right cut off kill box. Kill box is usually, for a convoy, it's usually the front first vehicle and the back first vehicle. Everything else is the cut-offs.
Yeah, so typically, the kill box is anything in... Well, the kill box is referred to as a kill box because you want to absolutely make sure that everything inside that kill box is killed as quickly as possible. So they usually try and stop one of the vehicles at the front. They then try and destroy and stop one of the vehicles at the back, and then they continue to wipe everything out. In the best case in that scenario, or the best thing to do in that scenario, is to jump out of, or to get your vehicle as much out of the kill box as you possibly can, jump out of the vehicle, make sure you're not near it because it's going to be a big target, and just fire with as much power as you possibly got at the source of fire. So make sure that you do that. Those are the first two things I'm going to go over just now. This will be going almost immediately into some sort of live fire environment, guys. So be aware for both of those things, the indirect fire and the kill box. So make sure you're prepped for those. Arrow, could you give me your numbers?
6.
Blade?
6.
Cutlass?
6.
Dusak?
5.
5. Ooh, I mean, it's not perfect numbers, but it's better than nothing. So what we're going to do is we're going to have Blade in the front vehicles. We're going to have Arrow and Dusak in central convoy security. And then Cutlass, you get rear security.
Copy.
Right, so does anyone need anything like radios or similar, any boxes apart from 3-0 with an FSG?
Yeah, Dasek needs a 148.
Okay, there's a radio and gadgets crate right behind you that has got all of that in prepared. Talon, you're going to need to load the Panama up. Kimbo, Schlee, and Obi, you're probably going to get away from the Panama. If anyone doesn't know what a Panama is, they are a drone. You do not get in one. What happened is that the British units had too many Snatch Land Rovers left over, and so they decided that they'd rather waste a Land Rover than a body. So.
Bill, quick question.
Yep.
Because I joined late last week. Where and how do you determine where a blocker should go? Out of curiosity.
So with convoys, yeah, you would have missed this last week. Convoys are planned an awful lot sooner, or in an awful lot more detail than your standard plan. So, in advance, so we already have the route here. What I'm going to do now with squad leads is go through where the block points are. So everyone else can get sorted and get into your vehicles and allocate your vehicles and so on and so forth. If I can have squad leads around me, please, so that I can then go through block points.
Right, well, let's take the two rear vehicles.
Take a 148.
Red team, second vehicle from in front.
Okay, cheers.
Blue team is front.
Yep.
Not our strongest point.
That's how Stab wanted it.
Yeah, if we get an EAD, we are screwed in the front vehicle.
We don't have an engineer.
Driver says it then. Stop. Put red team in the front one, mate. The squad leads need to be leading convoy.
What are they asking, Speak up.
I don't know. For once, he can be in front, and he doesn't want to.
Even when it's a specific order.
Yeah. Am I lagging? Is that it?
No, it's good now.
Oh, we need to know who's going to be the front and who's going to be the rear. So if you guys want to take the rear two and you take the front two, or other way around. Obi and Hilo. Roger that. Could you go and grab the command list and make sure that Dusak doesn't have a dirty paws all over it? Zeus being smell. Yeah, so you come near the Waikiki.
Charlie,
no, Stubbs is the captain now.
Guess I'm driving then.
Whatever.
That was a nice big tube you got there, Schlee.
It's
Okay.
Does it feel like
a very reliable tube.
This looks very, very weird.
Give you a better view.
Could you look a bit more to your right? Just a bit. A bit right, not left. Right. Other right. That's the... Never mind.
Because you've got... So,
you and me driving?
how do you feel?
So this is our 4th convoy training?
Yeah, 2019.
Is that a thing?
I was on it
What is?
last time.
You don't need to open the boot.
It's a spoiler.
You don't
Makes
need
you go
to.
faster.
You don't need to open the boot to climb in.
Plus, if this is open, the second gunner will not eat as much flies.
And it can work as a shield if you're taking fire.
Exactly. This is a
And
magic
it's
word.
gonna prevent oversteer, isn't it?
Is that tried and tested?
Cause oversteering. Or actually it's gonna cause understeering. Yeah. It's gonna push back and push up the front, so...
That will create understeer, not oversteer.
Yeah, sorry, cause understeer.
Yeah, that's... I said prevent oversteer. I didn't say it's gonna be any better with understeer. but it's gonna prevent oversteer.
Wait, who did he say Lima Charlie to? Because I didn't hear that.
Humvee's doing wheelies. Awesome.
I mean, in the right conditions, like
Out of-
hurricane.
Stop playing that from closest.
I was trying to see if I could open it as well, but I couldn't find the button.
So, Jeff, what does it matter? We're just prepping our vehicles, putting our gear in, just like that.
Like, does it have any function to open and close it? Can you do something extra with it?
No, it's just a fun thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
As I said, I think it can function as a rear shield for the gunner, but it's kind of pointless when they could just. I would just shoot his feet.
I wonder if you can actually lob a nade in there that would do damage.
Yeah, you could.
We're not gonna try it, but
It could be tested.
for
Would you
science.
jump in the vehicle?
I think the damage model when you're in vehicles is different from we're in.
So what I'm wondering is, why does it have two antennas?
Stereo, man, stereo.
Stereo.
Can't use mono, man.
So the actual truth is primary and backup.
Yeah, I was thinking redundancy.
Yeah.
But it only has one exhaust. Where's the backup exhaust?
You don't need a backup exhaust.
Right.
It's not fucking happening.
One man with a potato can disable this vehicle.
It has a
Just give it
snorkel,
some gas,
so
it's gotta be a spud gun.
Yeah, just a snorkel, but the snorkel doesn't work against.
no,
you know-
but you can actually go pretty deep in the water with this shit.
You reckon it will work in game if you drive pretty deep into it with water?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah. Like cross a river.
I really
Water
would try
going
that.
fucking up here.
Yeah, as long
Yeah,
as
up to
it's
the window.
yeah, as long as it's below the air intake, should be fine.
Mm-hmm.
But I doubt it's
What
actually
is that
simulated
thing?
in armor.
So could you park it in a river and just have the gunner sat there like?
Yep.
That's
Basically, yeah.
pretty good. Pretty sure you would drown eventually in the vehicle because I'm pretty sure it's not air sealed.
Yeah, I agree.
Respawn, so. At least now he's
Yep,
tied
the
up.
gunner would be above water level.
Yeah, gunner, but nobody else in the
Let's
vehicle.
board up. Blue team front.
Okay.
Sounds like a mission idea. We'll have to give it to Templar.
Mm.
Scuba diver Kia in Humvees.
Because I'm not going to drive. It's not my function.
Driving then.
Yeah, because of perspective, I thought. Yeah, no worries. Same happened. Yep. Joke's your driver.
We are so dead. I'm gonna quickly grab a drink. Be right back.
By the way, what do we do when there's an ice? Just stop?
You guys see the markers on the map?
Yep.
Joe, confirm the markers.
As long as it's not duck leave 1 and duck leave 2.
How about ship?
No, I forgot I'm supposed to be in this one.
Never mind.
Do you know what? I watched
Sup?
the new, what is it?
Yep.
Mary Poppins the other day.
There's a mine detector in your vehicle. Make sure somebody grabs it.
Well, it's alright.
Slee.
On IEDs, are we stopping and unloading the Panama?
Yes.
Slee, you there?
I've taken it.
Right, Widget, I'm dropping a mine detector in the Vic. Can you grab that? Okay.
It will be set down the line.
Oh yeah.
This is Blade Vic 1, ready to push out.
I'm ready.
Turn engine on, please.
Copy, checking vehicles front to back. Come on, Vic, ready
Give me
to
a
move
sec.
out.
Right, would you take us out? Keep to the right side of the road. Speed will be 50.
Copy that, 50.
Dropping to 30 in town.
Copy that, 30 in urban areas.
City left side.
We got a gap forming behind us.
City right.
They're holding back like 6 seconds. Explosion. North.
Explosion right side. Got a blocking element passing the left side.
First element coming up now. And second.
Right turn in 400.
Explosion right side.
Oh, that's close.
Increasing speed. Vehicle straight ahead. Kind of a wide right.
Please stand up. Soft road. Kill there. Lowering 30.
Gonna have blocking element passing left side soon. Going up to 5-0. Blocking element passing left side.
Passing it right.
Push.
Hold.
Hold in. Harry going right.
Away. As soon as you park that vehicle up, Widgie's down, outlive stop. Fire's gonna come southwest, give up. Do you want me to double bank him up? Widgie, hold position, hold position.
team mount up.
I think we've got a sniper somewhere. Probably on the hill.
Yeah, we got Cutlass trying to flank around south.
Heading east.
Hold here, turn us south.
Some of that.
Where's Blue?
Blue pushed when they shouldn't have.
Okay, so we're front security now.
Yep.
That's a far flank.
Yeah, I was thinking like, are they on another training?
Gibber is 800 meters away.
GG.
Bladevik 2, no enemies seen.
Should we move to the left side so we've got better eyes down the road heading east?
Yeah, try and get us in a better position. But we're quite far ahead, so don't push out too much.
That's good here, good here. Actually, should place us in a blocking position for the main road. Yeah.
Oh, a wild mumbo appears. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.
Who put the radio on?
You've caught a wild mumbo.
Uh-oh, smoke west.
Kimber's detour. Goes south, appears north.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want me to farm up?
Yeah, just towards you. Alright, let's push back again. We're gonna meet up at the convoy.
Right, guys, if you need to get medical sorted, do it now. We're just going to have a regroup.
Yeah, keep on going. Clear.
Bolden.
Right, engines off, let's dismount.
How did that happen?
Well, one flipped because of a sudden braking, but
I think we did something wrong. Yeah.
User error. I've never seen one of these vehicles on its side before.
Anyone else, Jazz?
It's Gambler, everyone meet by
my knowledge.
front logistics vehicle. I think that might be best if we just go over, have a quick debrief as to just what the hell happened.
Okay, guys, dismount.
Do we have an engineer? Because it can be repaired.
Can you unflip it though? That's the.
Nah, they will get the assistance.
What?
Blade on me.
So I was thinking, if it gets repaired, so it's fine, then would you be able to unflip it, or?
Haven't you fiddled with the cars for enough?
I'm gonna give you guys a in a minute.
where is he stop?
Right, let's bring. Right, Green, are you here?
Yeah.
It's right next to you.
Right, first question's for you. What happened? Did it just randomly flip on its own, or did it get hit?
So I was. They said they were increasing speed, but I didn't want to increase speed just yet because I was concerned that I was quite close. So then I was like 2-3 meters in between me and HM. Then all of a sudden, I don't know if it was desync or whatever, but I was like in his vehicle, and
Fair enough.
then it fucking exploded and flipped.
That's kind of what I thought. So, rule number one, guys, is make sure there's enough spacing between your vehicles. It did happen a little bit when I started throwing mortars at you, you got closer together, which, for those of you on the ground, I know full well that you guys would never do that. So, I think we need to work a little bit on convoy spacing. If you need to give it 25-50 meters to be safe, then do so. The fact that gaps sometimes open up can be managed. In short, if people are too far apart, we can get a bit closer. If people are too close together, we've got very little room to maneuver. So that caused one of the vehicle flippings. I won't ask Cutlass how the other vehicle flipped. From the looks of things, it hit a tree and then flipped, so I won't ask that. What went wrong in that ambush? Does anyone want to volunteer? No. Right. I should have made the call firstly to stop earlier. It's my call to make. So I should have told you guys to stop earlier, so that's my mistake, so I do apologise for that. Once you did stop, one of the things I mentioned, those people who are in body security, the people at the rear did exactly what they were supposed to do. The people at the front, certainly once I called for the flank, left this vehicle right next to us to the enemy. An enemy was able to come right up and throw a grenade under the tyres of this vehicle. If they'd gotten any closer, they could probably have planted a charge on it and blown it up either straight away, or worse, put a 30-second, 1-minute timer on and waited for us to come back. So be very careful. These vehicles are the most important parts of the convoy. So, if they get destroyed, we may as well have just gone in a helicopter, or we may as well have just waited a much longer period of time to transfer other stuff across. These things are the reasons we do convoys. So, if you are in central security and you're effectively not necessarily assigned to the vehicle, but you are charged with protecting it, you make sure you know where it is at all times. You make sure that you've got at least one person who's got eyes on it, and then you make sure the rest of your guys are protecting it. So, I would say that's probably the number one mistake that was made today, or just now, is you make sure that you protect your vehicle. Other thing is that no comms. I know you guys, it was an ambush, they came out the trees. I mean, you guys know where they are now, but at the time, you guys were shooting into the general area, but there was no communication as to where the guys were. They were on the right-hand side of the convoy. Those people on the right-hand side got guns on. Yes, they didn't necessarily trap you in a kill box, but they certainly managed to knock out enough of you. So, not the best reaction to an ambush I've ever seen, but not the worst by any stretch of the imagination. So, we've got Vegas with us now. So, what I think we're going to do is we're going to change it up a little bit. So, in short, what we can effectively do is make the central bits a bit bigger, and then add in more of a blocking force. Vegas, are you happy to take front of convoy, or would you prefer to take, I don't know, rear of convoy or similar?
Rear to middle, ideally.
Okay. Would you mind doing...
Are we switching up vehicles?
We're going to be, well, I mean, as long as your vehicle can keep up with the logistics trucks, which I don't imagine is going to be much of a stretch for it. I'm going to be putting new vehicles down for anyone who's lost vehicles or damaged vehicles or similar. So it's your choice which vehicle you want to use. But then if you want to go either rear central security or join onto the blocking force, your choice.
No, I'm the Ayrton Centre of armour. We'll be fine.
Fair enough. Right, so if you want to take back of rear blocking force, Greenie, you need a new vehicle, don't you?
Yep.
Right. Does anyone have any comments, by the way? If people think that I'm talking crap or they think that there's things that I could have done better, then feel free to speak up now. This is not a dictatorship.
It was definitely my fault there, because I flanked around. I didn't see Blade anywhere. Kinda, and I thought something happened to them, so.
We had sorry, ref. Our Vic, the lead Vic, the driver had got taken out, so we literally had no control over the Vic. So we basically ended up like east from here, and then like obviously just tried to regroup.
Exactly. And I heard like the call to flank around, and then I took the decision to flank around instead of securing the logistics vehicle, which was my bad.
No, fair enough. At least you're admitting to it, which is fine. I've got no problems with people admitting their mistakes, so thank you very much for coming forward with that. Yeah, it was a call for Blade to flank around because from where they weren't able to get as much fire on as if they'd managed to flank around, which you guys did with mixed results. I mean, I do still want to have a look at the driving licenses to whoever flipped that Humvee, because I've never seen a Humvee flipped quite like that, but...
Sorry, that was me.
Oh, that's fine. I mean,
I've got provisional, so...
That's fine, I've flipped a Merkava, so you really can't compare at this point. Right, anyone who's got a damaged vehicle, get it repaired. I want people back on the road in sometime in the next 2 minutes.
Vel, quick question before we do.
Mm-hmm.
From a squad lead perspective, how about a quarter way through that I called, or the initial ambush anyway, I called convoy hold, which granted is your choice to make, of course, but we had the rear body vehicle flip on us. Is that the right thing to call to alert the rest of the convoy, or should we just purely report the flip and move on until told otherwise?
No. You report the flip and we hold the convoy, because at the very least we're going to have someone who's injured. I mean, it's an interesting looking flip, which I'll take a picture of and show you all for posterity later. Yeah.
Is Vegas acting as blocking force, just to clarify?
I think they're going to be part of blocking force, but don't... I mean, at the end of the day, if they take security... Yeah?
The only thing I was going to say is perhaps update them on the blocking areas that we've done already.
Yeah, I will do once I've dismissed everyone else.
Oh, cheers, dude.
No worries. So I'll go through that with Caesar when you guys are repairing your injured vehicles. Other thing is if you do take any casualties or things like that, unless you think you've got the manpower to do that and fight off the enemy, just leave them, because frankly, as it stands, we don't have enough people at the moment, or we don't have enough people per squad to both fight the enemy and treat all of our wounded. So make sure the enemy are dead first, so you don't become casualty number 2. All right.
I'll do that.
Awesome. Go get your vehicles repaired, and I will have a chat with Caesar and Vegas about how blocking is currently working at the moment.
It's
Stick to the vehicle, Sean, check the ammo.
We can't
Yeah, you will do.
Where is 3-0?
Right, so...
Are we staying as blocking force?
3-0, this is Blake.
So I've currently got...
I know Lead Vic took a bit of damage on that ambush. Any chance you could repair? If we don't have engineers.
Ref, I'm pulling over to the right
Yeah.
side of the...
I know, but I currently want to shoot.
There are 4.
Roger
there
that,
are 4
I'll update
and
you course
1.
Guys, can we get a sit rep on these Vics, please?
I think we need to teleport Mumbo here. You sorted that out?
I was about to say,
Kimber?
I think you got the brunt of that gunner, which...
What's happening with Mumbo?
Vic 2 is good, right?
Yeah.
Vic 2 is green.
Mumbo. Lucky's Saudi then, isn't it?
You're talking about the Azerty keys, which isn't just a different layout entirely.
Stay with Vic, sorry.
No, in Saudi Arabia and most Arabic countries, they use the QWERTY keyboards. Yes, like Japanese and Chinese use Azerty, like the Belgians do, and the French do. Basically, there's two 30. But as far as I know, he has a QWERTY keyboard. Lots of people, the civilized Western world does. Except for Belgium and France, which is not civilized Western world. No, the England used QWERTY. This is the wrong thing. Yeah, exactly. It's not Alexa, it's the wrong thing. Who the hell is that?
What's happening?
No clue.
That is Cutlass.
What are they doing?
No idea.
I'm going to be asking for block
Right.
pretty much as soon as we push out as well.
Yeah, no worries.
Looks like the vehicle's covering up the road northeast.
Okay.
Kimbo has played the main body security.
Negative, negative. We're on front of the convoy.
Yo, Momo.
Hello, man. Again? No, I left while I was still. Never mind, don't worry. Please, come back. You can't speak to me because I'm on call. You have to talk to me privately.
Moving out.
Convoy speed will be 2.8.
What the fuck? Convoy speed is 2.8.
Said Kimbo on speaker. Threw me off as well. I thought he was in the vehicle. Wait, did you say convoy speed 2.8?
Yeah. It's Kimbo's
Fucking
fault.
element coming up. Third fucking element coming up. It's kind of cool, those antennas.
Going up to 3-0.
Ooh. Whole 2 kilometers.
Going up to 5-0.
Horrors left side.
Oh, awesome.
Oh, it's close, right?
Going up to 7-0.
Ooh, there's some cards to do at 7. Good fun.
Going down to 5-0. Going down to 2-0. Blocking past on the left side.
Contact report.
Pushing through.
Outlook's like going left,
There's
right,
a
left, right.
parking lot coming up on the right in 300 meters. We're gonna pull in there.
Copy that.
Let's just engine off. Gonna remain all out, all out.
Sorry, King, what was in the middle of that?
Skeletal vehicles set up security. Logistics vehicles take up center.
This is lead Vic with security northeast of London Road. Right, guys, move. This vehicle's gonna have to. Yeah.
Repeat that. Go on there.
Okay. So, yeah, we're done. Drive this vehicle.
There we go. Hold.
Actually, let's get this building cleared.
Clear.
So we'll be copying northeast.
Yes, no.
Right, fall in on me, please.
I feel like I need a glass of water. Bear with me.
Right. Just while everyone's coming in, that was a lot better. Much better with the indirect fire, certainly once Caesar mentioned one or two things, so... Yeah. Right, I'm not 100% sure exactly what it was, but certainly the convoy spacing was certainly better throughout that entire trip there. Probably due to the fact that we didn't have too many turns, but you didn't tighten up too much when we took fire, either indirect or not. And when you did start to, thank you very much, Caesar, for making sure that they didn't do it too much. What we're going to do now, and this may be considered a little boring for some of you, is we're going to combine the two topics that we did last week. So, Greenie, I'm going to need you to unload the Panama. If you've still got your UAV terminal.
Certainly do. Is anyone behind it?
No, it's clear.
You grabbed the same on me I did. Yeah, it's clear now. Okay, so what we're going to do, guys, is... So Greenie's not going to be able to drive his vehicle anymore, so Greenie, you're going to have to get in with HM. I know he stinks, but, you know. It's his socks. And then also, what we're going to have to do is... How many of you remember walking a convoy through town? I know you did it quite recently, so you should all know. So what we're going to do is Cutlass. I want you to strip down so that you've only got one vehicle. I think there's only 5 of you, isn't there?
6.
Am I going to need an engineer for this next bit, Phil?
No, Cutlass will.
We don't have one.
Has anyone else heard that?
I can respawn as one.
Who's got an engineer?
Arrow has an engineer.
That's like...
But Arrow didn't want to go lead a convoy. So, Dusak, you win. So, Dusak, what you're going to do is you are going to have your engineer and a few others walking ahead of the convoy as if you were looking for IEDs and mines. But in front of you, we're going to have Greenie controlling the very nice Panama, who is effectively going to be your main engineer. Everyone else in the convoy is going to be in exactly the same positions. But of course, because we've got the Panama in front, we are going to be moving incredibly slowly. So this is where the bit of boredom comes in. Now, the reason that you shouldn't get bored is you need to be watching every single angle, because if we get the reports of IEDs, that is usually the best opportunity that someone else is going to get to try and pop a couple of rounds off at us. So there are IEDs in the road ahead. There are definitely going to be several IEDs. So what we're going to do is you're all going to get back in your vehicles, apart from Dusak. Dusak, you are going to be effectively helping, or when you do need to get in a vehicle, you're going to get in Talon's vehicle. So we'll just have to do without vehicles at the front for now, apart from the command vehicle. And we're all going to effectively go in a line. So we are going to be at walking pace, so it's going to be a bit slow. But if everyone wants to form the convoy back up as it was, apart from Cutlass, and of course, Greenie, you're not going to be in the logistics vehicle. Remember, Dusak, listen to Greenie, communicate with Greenie.
Just a quick question. Dusak leaves their vehicles where they are, and
yeah,
form
Dusak
up
leave your
behind
vehicles.
the Panama.
Yes.
Alrighty.
Okay, everyone mount up, get your vehicles into a convoy, and we get to watch as hopefully no one blows up.
What's the orientation on the
I
convoy?
promised nothing.
Which...
Northeast.
We're walking northeast, alright.
Yeah, we're walking northeast, we're walking towards Molos.
Have some faith.
Mumbo, you're going to be driving?
I got to get in the vehicle too.
We thought you were going to be on the gun.
I think we need a commander.
And I'm not going to be the driver, so I don't know why I did that.
It's gonna be a long fucking walk for Cutlass. Going all the way up to Moras.
Panama's coming up.
Blade Vic 2 ready. Codename for Panama's Badger.
Close Penguin.
Badger is on the move.
Should we
All non-essential Vic crew, get security. Don't stray too far.
Oh, can't see my eyes. Teared up. Take security.
Right, Berlin.
Oh dear me.
Yeah, that's fine. No, just stay.
It's Gambler Berlin teleported.
Guys, when I said don't push too far, that is too far. Oh, disregard last, sorry, that was someone from another squad. You're all good, sorry boys.
Mumbo, cool. Yep. You can't.
It's Gambler to Badger, confirm your set.
Crew.
Badger set.
Oh, okay.
Obviously, if we need to get out in a hurry, the driver needs to be in the situ. Like.
Right, where fucking while I'm here.
Oh no, Dave.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Nobody sees me.
This is Gambler to all units, move out, walking pace.
Man up.
Oh dear me. I'm gonna watch that over and over. I don't think Wilhelm was impressed.
Vehicles continue to move forward another 50 metres, a little bit further behind the panel.
Badger.
Badger's dead.
What's up, Wedgie?
Should be taken on the right side with the gun.
Oh, it's easier for you to switch to right and the whole convoy switch their order. Oh well, push it right.
A blade non-essential crew disembark.
Just hold left, so I'll deal with them. Which is switch your arc to right side.
If you could just see where you placed yourself out.
Roger.
Yeah, I was trying to get a bit more vision on the southeastern flank.
Do me a favour, go with
It's annoying that you can't lose the speed.
We've got Dosek.
This is Dosek, ID has been cleared.
Alright, well, we've got no one guys up in there.
Tom, take positions back up. Badger, you are clear to proceed. Convoy move out.
Under plate.
Back in.
No, no, it's gonna blast my speed. Yes. Like a pro.
Using the speed limiter now, actually.
Yep.
What you got now? 4?
5.
Gambler, this is Dosek. Manchester is too far ahead. Dosek engineer moving towards explosive.
That is sketchy ass. Side of the road there.
If you don't look at it, it's not there.
Right?
Oh god, please be diffused.
How do you get it onto 4? It's so difficult.
Just have to keep tapping.
Nah, it's
Non-essential
impossible.
crew disembark.
Hold on a minute. The fucking thing beeps to the right of the vehicle. It was fucking in front of me. What the fuck?
So, have you heard of the Ape's Mind Defense?
So
Blade, let's get some eyes on that house east.
No.
fire it out.
So you know that little explosion that occurred?
That was the mine explosion.
Yeah, Roger, I got that sub on location.
Yeah. For us to use.
I'm looking at the
First ID defused, 5 IDs to go.
Hey, it's a Gamble Blade. It's a Blade. Do you have an engineer?
No, unfortunately not tonight, sorry, Gambler.
No worries. Arrow, could you send your engineer up to the front just to aid an ID to me? Roger that, Arrow.
Hi guys.
I mean, there are never enough options, but, I mean...
Yeah, I'll have to wait.
We have, we've just come to the word normal, and apparently they're too sensitive.
Shoot now. Grenades.
They're alright. Further up, mate, Dosak's just ahead there, mate.
Keep in the middle, Terra. Like straight towards
Sit rep guys, because obviously there's so many IEDs, they're having to get 2 engineers up there to speed up diffusing, which is why obviously it's taking so long.
Oh my god, we should totally do this in the college. The Sherman crab, if there is one. Is there one?
No.
Oh, no.
Lads, it's a bit too quiet.
Oh, no. Shoot you myself, you stupid bastard.
Dave, do you want me to shoot you?
The Harrier was a Flint 48 hybrid class, and I would just fly down the road and just hold the trigger down.
What, kill the knights?
Left the door open.
You're not talking about deployment, are you?
No, not anymore.
Yeah, it's getting calling here actually.
This is how we're gonna win.
Contact on east.
Blade pushing up to secure the engineers.
On me.
Not forward, just fire.
Column formation, column formation.
Talk to me, you guys, you up?
Checking left.
Talk to me, both engineers up. Right, one of you engineers need to repair this vehicle, please. That's an order from command. Someone nominate yourself. Retty.
Second engineer, aero engineer, can you repair the Panama?
Retty.
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 Retty or Retty?
Retty.
Crossing.
Blade, fall back to our Vic.
Let's like assume hold position.
Falling back.
Column guys, go the way you know that's safe.
Oh, fuck, I just ran.
Right, back in our positions.
Fucking brave that was, Dusak.
Well, man. Sometimes you just have to.
One of you lads are bleeding, I think.
Yeah, look, you didn't get them balls blown off by an IED, man.
What immediate right?
Not immediate right.
Well done though, mate. Even still. I don't think Dave actually needs to be orange to what doing stupid shit.
Camera, which is not good.
Isn't that right, Dave?
No.
It's like the camera's like blinking.
Oh.
Stop, Jack. What does your Hawkeye see?
Trees. Suspiciously many trees.
Yep, someone exploded.
Gambler, let's see if we can get a medic up to that engineer without getting him blown up. 2, break.
Gambler B advised.
Our medic is on the way.
This Gambler, Dossack have got their own. Let's send him. In the meantime, as long as the road is clear, we will continue to push on. Dealing with mine clearing on medical. Start pushing the vehicles on. I want the badge to be pushed on as well.
Right, guys, you heard the guy, mount up.
Gambler, this is Dusek. Engineer tells me that road is clear. There are mines on the side of the road. Over.
Copy that. Pull him back. As long as there's no further ones on the road, we'll continue on.
Oh, hello.
Gambler, Dusek is holding. Have a mine directly in front of us on our engineer. We cannot move safely.
Animus still going, boys. Dave?
You hear that?
Kind of.
friendly body is blocking the mine,
Right
so we
blade,
can't defuse it.
non-essential, all out.
Subcheck, I was thinking,
Man up, man up, man up.
what if we make ourselves essential? We don't have to get out.
You're in a lazy mood today.
Follow me out, follow me out.
Yep, very much so.
Come on, push up, we need to get this casualty loaded, push up.
I'm detecting bombs. Come on, we need to get this casualty quick.
Come on, push out.
What? Not enough room in that vehicle, mate.
You can turn your limiter off, fellas.
Yeah, Mumbo, get rid of that limiter and push up to the rest of the Dussack infantry.
Oh, he's there with them.
That was a call to hold. Looks like there's a mine been detected front. If it's done, let's get out and do a non-essential crew out the Vix.
I feel essential.
Blade Vic hearing shots far northeast.
No, behind. Southwest. Yeah.
So, are you up?
I got contacts in town.
Oh, yeah, you've got blood going into you, should be fine. Yeah, go back up.
Hold on, Sean.
Cheers, man.
Was that tower?
Yep.
Head next, guys. Hands up.
It's alright. Tower can shoot in the Vic all he wants.
Right, Blade, be advised, we're going to be convoying back down towards base, so as soon as the infantry is safe of the vehicle and clear, let's orientate ourselves in the opposite direction.
We're taking front again.
Top, you're good. Let Vic 1 pass you.
Copy.
Convoy lead. Set. Convoy speed will be 50. 50. Just follow this road, chap. Just keep following it. Yeah, go. Mumbo, you're clear to push out, chap.
Smoke on town. There's a party going on down there.
We have Vegas up ahead. Or did I just run an ambush?
Panama's on the wrong side of the road. I think it's actually trying to overtake.
Maybe they're trying to load it on the truck while we move.
No, we don't have a truck breakdown. Okay, no, I fell in.
Am I the only one who watched Knight Rider?
Hmm?
The series, Knight Rider.
Oh, Knight, yeah.
Maybe they're trying to do a Knight Rider.
What was the car's name again? Kit?
Yeah.
Hmm. That then indirect fire. Fucking that and Chuck. Basic 20 or 2008 entertainment.
Vigorously?
Yeah. Just slightly losing control at high speed.
Ooh, blue for tracker. Oh, that's interesting. Subject is here to our east here.
Where?
looks like a compound with only entry buildings, so looks like a good training facility. You got the ATC and one of the kill houses and one of the factories. Looks like a good area to train. Salt lakes.
What?
On the salt lakes.
I'm down to 5-0.
Oh, what the fuck?
Oh wow, Slee.
There must have been a lag
That's
spike.
embarrassing. You fucking 1050 it is.
Oh, going around the corner and then
Suddenly
suddenly a
concrete
wall,
barriers.
yeah. Basically. Made me jump, to be honest. I was like appeared. Like 5 meters to the right off the road. Do you worried about me doing it again?
Yeah. and that fucking Humvee. Should make a memorial to that Humvee in that corner. What's up, Jack? Are you here?
I mean, yeah, physically. up to 7-0.
That was me.
You're gonna have to pay for that tree. Both damage to the road and damage to the vehicle.
Nah, it'll just chip the paint on this thing. If that.
Exactly. You don't have to fucking repaint it now.
That's a Templar's job.
True that, true that. But you'll have to pay him to do it for you.
Yeah. Out of Blade's insurance.
No, out of your salary.
Secondary vehicle 2. It's going down now.
Shit. Don't look at him.
At least we don't have straps, so we'll just be shooting them.
Go for the side armor straps.
Nah, go for the Under Armour. Oh, black smoke. 070.
God, the vehicle in front just keeps like freezing
Sure.
now and again.
Yeah,
armor in.
I think you're having a bad internet day.
Yeah, maybe. Whereabouts do you want them, sub?
Just pull us to the right after this. I left him, just here on the grass.
Chuck it in the hangar.
My 5-7, so my advice would be open up your micro jacket.
Hold on.
Yeah.
There's always something I wanted to try. When we leave the door, then can we jump and land on there safely?
Okay.
I would like to thank Suicide Squad, I mean Dussack, for, although I say that, but Greenie managed to anticipate the IED quite well.
The first one, yeah.
Well, the official designation is meat shield.
Ah, right, sorry, meat shield.
No, it's mushroom.
Operation Black Shield.
I'd also,
Betcha.
I'd also like to, I would say apologise for the, one sec, let me just put another one down.
When I hail when I drop my backpack. Fuck. No,
for those people wondering what I was using for the second mine that caused you all a lot of problems, it was, for those people who want to look a little bit further behind me.
Oh, the mine dispenser.
Yep. For those people who don't know what it does, is when the mine dispenser goes off, it distributes a group of about 12 to, I think it might be 20 mines or so, across a small area. They're very horrible.
Can we have a demonstration?
I'll do so after the end of training. Right. So, hope people learnt a few things there. I know that my trainings aren't necessarily as information-packed as Stabs.
No, man, I was solid.
I'll be passing on the training document I used. Some of the things we didn't go through that are in the training document. What happens if the convoy is attacked by air? I'm not going to lie. If I attack a convoy with, I don't know, an Apache, you're all fucked. I'm sorry, but the AI in armor is ridiculous. So, and I can't control 2 seats of a helicopter at once. So, one of them will kill you. But if you do get attacked by a helicopter in a convoy, the orders are to herringbone. Anyone who's not in a gunner seat, get the hell away from your vehicles, and then return fire as much as you can. And by that, you're supposed to, you guys with rifles are supposed to aim at the just above the nose of a moving helicopter or into the cockpit of a still helicopter.
Should practice that next week.
Yeah, sure. But, you know, we need you in logistics vehicles and flying helicopters at us.
We could sell that. We could definitely sell that.
To be fair, if you're doing any sort of remote control, I'm scared.
What? Look at that. There's one time.
Vil, can I grab you after training, please, mate?
Sure.
Have Vegas just executed Cutlass?
No, they've both gone past the entrance, but Caesar's decided to take a different sort of vehicle back to base.
Oh wow.
What color is that?
Wow.
Those are fast as fuck.
Yeah, what the hell?
I love the hatchback sport. They are my favourite civilian. They are the fastest civilian vehicle in the game.
Got like
so
300,
Caesar's the
right?
Drift King now.
Some people argue the SUV is better, but it also rolls like a bitch.
It'll roll. You only have a 60 and that thing on a slight corner and you roll it.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember from.
I was racing Cutlass and Vegas back, and they started shooting at me for some reason by the petrol station. And they were so obsessed about me following them that they actually missed their turning. So I made the right turning eventually.
Nice. Yeah, I thought I'd surprise you guys a bit at the end with the armoured convoy going past. Well done on pointing it out. And also for not firing on it. That was a good idea, because if you do piss off a Badger IFV in the vehicles you were in, you will die. Right, thank you very much everyone who came to training. Amusable, you're still here, aren't you?
I am.
If you could step forward, please. This actually marks the end of your second training, and you've been on 2 missions, so congratulations, you can move up from recruit to private. Congrats, you can now apply for a permanent fire team spot. So squad leads out there, you should start approaching him soon if you want him there. Also change your name from Amusable to Private Amusable, so we know who you are. But congrats.
Welcome.
Congrats.
Congratulations.
Welcome, mate.
Congrats. I will get your promotion post up at some point in the next 3 days. I don't think there's anything else from me. Talon?
Nothing from me.
Vegas?
Nothing from me.
Awesome. Mission post will probably go up again in the next 24 hours. It will be convoying, will be on lithium. You will all enjoy it, I'm sure. Mainly because, as everyone knows, Altis is ugly and lithium is gorgeous. So, I will see you on Sunday.
Thanks, Phil.
Thanks for the
Cheers,
time.
Phil, mate. Very good. Show off the mine. Show off.
Anyone who wants to see the mine, come southwest.
Yay.
What's the mine?
They haven't seen a mine detector mine be shot off.
Dispenser. Ready. A what? The dispenser.
Send.
Permission.
Do I have to walk? Do I have to walk towards it?
I should have introduced it in the jungle.
Arrow actually
pointed at us
2 weeks ago. Did a
Makes for a
challenge
nice
if we could
selfie.
defeat
Right. So, can you see the yellow, the thing in the yellow triangle?
Yeah. Oh no, I wanted to do that.
Hey! Aw.
I volunteer as tribute.
I volunteer as tribute.
I'll be with you. Don't move once you're in it.
Oh shit.
Now don't.
Witness me!
Wait. I'm gonna move towards you.
God. I have something stuck.
Thing is that you can see them, because if you walk up, they look almost like a drinks can that's got 8
Yeah.
spikes coming out of it.
Come on, it's fine. They're totally inert.
Oh, I mean, they're just asking for it now.
Fire off 3 more into the crowd.
I wanted to look at that.
I was gonna say it's like fucking. Oh god! Oh god!
Oh god!
I'm out. Do not move.
I think I could escape.
Follow me.
Oh god! No, he's made it worse.
Oh god.
That's perfect, Retty.
Thank you.
Oh!
Night all.
And on that bombshell, good night, and I'll catch you on Sunday.